Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Rules of Engagement. About to jump into a question and answer section. Don't forget to tweet me any questions you have. Tweet at me at axslav. Of course, if you tweet them right now, I won't be able to answer them in this section, but I'll answer them tomorrow at the end of tomorrow's show, which should be Mechanics Bizarre. Should be a great show. But before we jump into that, if you ever miss any MLG content, you can find it all youtube.com/official MLGSC2. Go to that URL. If you see to navigate at the top, you can get League of Legends, Call of Duty 2. But what I want to talk to you guys about is Starcraft 2 content because it's so amazing here. All of our stuff is uploaded onto YouTube within an hour or two of when it gets up there. You see Rules of Engagement gets up there. The custom maps we just did right before the show, they're already up on YouTube 9 minutes ago. They're already up there. Boom. So everything's up here. You want to scroll down. You missed a great show match between Demaga and Polt. You can scroll down, you can find it, right? You missed, the last Rules of Engagement. You can find it. You want to learn about Planetary Fortress Rush. You can find it there. So much content here. Here's a show match of Polt versus Demaga. Scrolling down goes it from date. If you want to find, you guys probably know YouTube. You can make little playlists. You go playlist. Get whatever type of show you want. Click on the playlist and it'll grab all that from that type of basically genre. But what I want to encourage you guys to do is use the subscribe button because we've only got 1,500 subscribers. If we look over here, Call of Duty is just destroying us. It's 6,700. So being an RTS fan, I feel we gotta get a few more to show them that there is StarCraft fans out there and that it does deserve to be represented. Before we get into question and answers, I do want to give you guys another opportunity for you guys. There's a lot of gift bundles now available on the MLG Pro Shop. So you can go to this website, mlgproshop.com. Then if you click on the gift pack option, right now we're offering a lot of 2-for-1 deals, basically. So Korean Tea Pack, if you click on the pack, it tells you what's in it, right? So you actually get 2 shirts instead of just normal one, right? One of them says Master, another one says Fighting, right? In Korean letters. So you want to show off to your Korean friends, you can click that. You want to get you can get the cap and a water bottle both. A lot of cool little opportunities there for different gift packs. If you want to check them out, feel free to do so. mlgproshop.com. Now let's get into a couple of questions for our question and answer portion. So the first question is going to be from Tiago Carvalho. What's the strongest timing a Zerg can hit a Protoss with? So Zerg, there's really a couple timings you want to do as a Zerg. There's some crazy one-base timings you can do. And remember, I just talked to this episode about how the production cycle works. So with Zerg, you can cut production very early on. And you can do something like it was called the 7 Roach Rush, right? And what that involves is basically you get a spawning pool at 12. So you're already cutting some economy, get a spawning pool early. Then when that's done, you get a queen. When the queen's halfway done, or spawning pool at 12, gas at 15, sorry. When the queen's halfway done, you start your Roach Warren. And then you just get a whole bunch of roaches. And the idea there is, yes, your economy's crap, but you hit the Protoss before they get any production at all. They just have like 1 cannon. And you overpower that cannon with 7 roaches and you're in good shape. Now, some more in like a more realistic game, a lot of timings you want to hit with Zerg. You want to go up to a drone count that can support the amount of hatcheries you have producing the units you want to produce. A good example of that is Stefano's max roach push. You get the fast 3 hatcheries, right? And you go as soon as possible you can. It's usually different people do it differently depending on the upgrades and amount of fault zone do. But let's just say 60 drones. Okay, some people do it at 55. 60 is fine though. You go as fast as you can to 60 drones, and then you stop at 60 drones and build nothing but roaches, right? And that's the point where you've cut your economy. You're going all into production. That's usually around like the 8-minute mark. So you want to hit at about the 11-minute mark, 3 minutes later, right when you have all your productions paid off, before your opponent gets all their warp gates really operational, when there maybe only 3 or 4 warp gates is the ideal time to hit with that attack. So try that one out. 60 drones, max out roaches at 11 minutes, and just go. You can often overwhelm most Protosses very early on in the game with that style. Let's go to another question. It's going to be from Ed Thompson. And he says, what is the competitive approach to defending Hellbat drops in Zerg vs. Terran? I think 2 Spore per base plus roaches and queens is a must, but few agree. Right now, Hellbat's drops are insanely powerful when I've seen. You can have an army there, and they'll just drop and kill your army and your workers, because Hellbats are just insanely powerful. So I think the spores, if you want to take a fast third base and delay your attack, spores are a great idea. Because you can just basically keep the medevac from trying to get in too close, or at least make them sacrifice the medevac to get in there. If you're not going to go fast 3-base, though, if you can go lair before your third base, I would extremely strongly suggest getting either Infestors or Mulus. I know Hydralisk are faster now. Everyone wants to make Hydralisk, but Infestors or Mulus are really the go-tos for helping deal with those Hellbat drops. With Infestors, a single Spore plus a Fungal can often help deal with it, at least buy you time to get those drones out of there. And of course, a Mulus, you spread overwards around the map, you see the drop coming, your Mulus can intercept it. So 2-base lair tech, you don't need the strong stack defense. If you're going to fast third base, I would definitely suggest at least a Spore Crawler on the edge of your base that's closest to where your opponent could attack from. So let's say your opponent is somewhere. Let's say you have a base. You know what? Let me actually. I think we have time. Let me open up a quick little graphic here, really quick. So let's say your base is, you're in the bottom right-hand corner of the map, right? Or let's say top right-hand corner of the map because that's easier to draw. You have a base here, a base here, and a base here, right? Standard 3 bases. So think of the ways your opponent can attack you from, right? He can attack you from here, here, or here. Now your main entrance, now it'll point defense points, right? Your main entrance is here, so this is where your army should be, right? We'll put A for army. Now think about where you need spores. You don't need 2 at every base. You need a spore right here. We'll put a spore here and a spore here. And then maybe one here, maybe one here. So you just want to make sure your base is airtight. You don't need to build like 2 like in your main here. You don't need a spore right here, right? No, don't do that. That's no good because they can't get a medevac there anyway, right? I mean, without having to run past your entire army and giving you plenty of reaction time. So just make sure you have a solid kind of everywhere they could approach from is covered by a Spore Crawler every so often, and maybe some Zergians patrolling. Then you should be okay. You don't need to go too crazy, but you do need to make sure that they can't get any worker lines because Hellbats are just insanely devastating. If you're tearing out there, use Hellbat drops unless your opponent gets an extremely solid defensive setup. So get Mulus or get those spores on the periphery of your empire, not just your base, but your whole empire should have the kind of marginal line defense. It kind of works out in Starcraft 2. Thank you guys for watching the Rules of Engagement. We'll be back again tomorrow at 7 for Mechanics of the Bazaar. It should be a fun episode. A lot of cool, crazy, hot strategies we'll go over. And of course, before that, at 5 p.m. Eastern, is going to be Heart of the Swarm free-for-all action on the MLG SC2 channel. See you guys tomorrow.